Welcome back to FallingFoxGaming, everybody. I'm your host Blaine, and today we're picking up with our series of Stellaris with the Obsith Collective. Now, when we left off, we have put ourselves in kind of a little bit of a precarious situation. To simplify, we have two advanced neighbors. As a little bit of a concern is that I'm blocking both of them off, and so our border friction is there. Now, I can't get rid of that border friction penalty, but I'm hoping that my envoys will do a good enough job keeping them happy that it's not an issue. If that does become an issue, one of them might be aggressive and attack us to attempt to take our territory and kind of get rid of the border friction. But for now, what we have going on in our empire is we have our science ship finishing up surveying the systems within our little clutch of territory here, and we have this construction ship coming down here, and with that, I think that's kind of where we're caught up. Everyone else is just kind of collecting territory here and there. Our empire sprawl can handle whatever territory we take for now, and along with our population growth, which is quite small. Our second planet, which is Rhizor Prime, won't be online for quite a while. I think I can see the actual date here. Yeah, it's going to take like 3 years, over 3.5 years for this thing to come online, so no worries about that for now. One final update, we'll take a look at our actual primary capital. This capital is getting kind of weird. Normally by now I would like to have just all research going because we need to catch up on research stations, but we don't really have the population for that. We actually need our economy right now because we're not really making that much progress with it. Plus 19 and plus 11 are not very good for minerals and energy, but plus 11 for alloys is okay. What I'm going to do now, because we're actually running out of jobs here, is I am actually going to build our first research station on our own, and that hopefully will begin our kickstart of our research rush. Now, we're about 10 years into this game, and honestly by now I was hoping to be a lot further in my technology rush, but as you can see, we've got a pretty good start off here. Theoretically, all of these systems are ours. There's realistically no reason why anyone should bother us to take them, so they should be claimed as ours. That's not always guaranteed. One of these guys could attack us, but let's hope they don't. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to kind of keep playing, and if anything pops up, I'll show you guys. But what I'm hoping is that nothing happens, I get a bunch of this stuff down, and then I can start exploring over here. Because I'm going to send this science ship, or maybe I'll make another science ship. No. I'm going to send this science ship down over here once he's done up there, to kind of continue exploring, because we do actually want to explore these areas. Alright, popping back in to kind of show you guys that I have this construction ship taking this system. This construction ship took this system, and we're finishing up building the research station and the work areas for the minerals and energy. So we're actually doing okay at the moment. We're going to pause because we got a new technology. Let's see what we got. There we go, more science output from our research labs. Our research stations are actually not producing very much in general, so at the moment it's actually not that helpful, but it's going to kind of be a compounding help right there. We're just doing engineering, so that will help us in the long term. Oop, and here we go. We have in Gromora, we met some aliens. Let's see what we got here. We call them the Delta aliens, and that should be an actual... Oh, no way. Okay, that's interesting. Well, we're in their territory, so we're going to get booted out, so hopefully this isn't an issue. I'm going to go ahead and just leave here. This is frustrating. So we came by here before, and we're going to actually try and beat them this time. 15 months, that's going to be close, but it's worth trying. Let's see what we're putting on hold. We're putting on hold population growth speed. Dang it, I really don't want to put that on hold. But we're going to have to. We kind of need the influence. Oh, no, wait, no we don't actually. I take that back. No, let's cancel that situation. Nope, cancel. They can find us. I need our society research to finish because we need that population growth speed really bad. Alright, our construction ship over here completed itself. And now where should we go? So we have some good options. We could continue building up this way towards our main base, but I'm actually going to take this system down here because it's got some really good stuff. It's got 4 research and 6 minerals. Ooh, what's that? Oh, strategic resource, that's fine. So these guys should contact us soon, now that we've officially met them. Oh, that means they're pushing up right against us. So we're going to have 3 neighbors. Hopefully these guys are not jerks. If they are jerks, we are actually in big trouble because we have nothing to combat them. Our starting military is still 108 military fleet power for the Navy, and that's honestly not good at all. And now that we've actually got most of this kind of under wraps for our science ships, we're going to have our ships start doing... Oh, hold up. We're going to have our science ships start doing the anomalies, and then we're going to have one of our science ships park at our capital. What's going on? Why is stuff popping up? I have the game paused. That's weird. Okay, research that. Okay, everyone's paused. Good. So we met these guys. There's the Ziki Coalition. And just like I was kind of concerned, they're butting up right up against us. This is something that I actually kind of want to point out to you guys, that this has really been bugging me, and it's specific to this game. All the empires that we've met so far have spawned and came our direction immediately. Look at this. So these guys could be going all up over here. They could be going down here. No, they went straight to our territory and hunkered down there. These guys were doing that, but I managed to blockade them right here, and these guys did the same thing. They took a couple territories right by their capital, but then they were coming out this way. So that's one thing I want to point out for this specific game that's really bugging me. It doesn't normally happen that way. It's just, random chance, but this sucked. So let's see who these guys are. Okay, so they're a science directorate. That's actually pretty cool. So they're pacifists. Yes. And they're fanatical materialists. This is awesome. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Check this out. So these guys are pacifists, which means they cannot declare war on us. Just flat out. They can only be in defensive wars. That might change. They might get away from that pacifist eventually, but for now, these guys are completely harmless to us, which is good because they have an overwhelming fleet, superior technology, and superior economy. So I'm going to go ahead and take that as a huge win. They do have knowledge of an empire that's different than ours that I don't know about. How do they feel about us? They don't like our bombardment policy. That's okay. Let's take a look at that. Bombardment policy, what do we got? Indiscriminate? Absolutely. We'll turn that to selective, and that will make everybody like us a little bit more. And that's one of the things I was talking about. That's normally how you want to start your game, is by changing that, because a lot of empires don't like that you do indiscriminate, because that means you kill populations and buildings without care whenever you actually bombard planets. But we're not going to be doing that anytime soon, so it does not matter if we go to selective. We just have to wait 10 years to be able to turn it back if we need it, and we're not going to be going to war in 10 years, hopefully. With that, we also have a research agreement proposal with the Nolians. Okay, so let's take a look. They are superior to technology still, so we will absolutely take this deal. That will also make them like us a lot more. We have a new technology available. Population growth speed, yes. And here we go. Oh no. Admin capacity, which we actually need at the moment, or research speed. I have to take this. I've skipped that twice now, and I can't do that again. I need that research speed up. Our society research is way behind, and we need to help keep that up. Oh, this is kind of cool. I just traded communications for an active sensor link into the Nolians territory, so let's see what they have. I'm actually really curious about this. I wasn't expecting that to be a positive deal, but it was. Okay, so the Nolians themselves have a total fleet power of, not terrible. It's really not actually all that good. It's only like 1,300. Okay, that's doable. So they have about 34 corvettes. So they have, just basic stuff. They have a mix of both mass drivers and red lasers, which means they favor attacking shields a little bit, and they use shields a little bit more, it seems. That's okay. Well, and then they have this. So they're a little bit prepared for kind of everything, so nothing special. So now the Nolians have a research agreement with us. We're plus 57 with them. I'm actually going to move my envoy over. We have, let's see here, research agreement gives us not very much of anything. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to move our envoy up to these guys because I want them to like us. We're going to improve relations, send that guy over, accept. So now our relations will improve with him for a while, and that's precisely what we need for now. And we have our special project completed down here. This is awesome. So we had a special project here in this Unher system, and it is giving us a +3 engineering research to the system in total, and we also gained a few hundred engineering research points, which is perfect. So we need to make sure our ship is capturing that fully. Perfect. That is an awesome system now. That is really, really good. Boop, 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 boop. We met some people. Where did we meet some people? The Epsilon aliens. Interesting. It's a new race proposal. Yeah, these guys are here. 15 months. We're not going to do that. As I said, we need that research too much. But another alien race. They're probably right down here. That's probably why the Nolians actually moved upwards originally, is because there's someone down here. But we're going to find out, I guess. Ooh, looks like we have some trouble in the neighborhood. So it seems like the Izka Coalition, our new people over here, have declared a rivalry with the Nolians, which is interesting because that's going to eventually put them at odds. But the thing that I'm really confused about is they don't have anywhere near each other. That's kind of strange. They must know each other somehow, probably through me, I guess, but it's very interesting that they are declaring rivalries already. Alright, so here we go. We have our first colony planet down, which took way too long. 13.5 years, that is awful. That's just something awful, I'll tell you what. But it's here. We're going to accept it. We're going to be good with it. And we need to get this guy. What's he working on? Alright, he's working on that. So sure, why not? But more importantly, let's take a look. So this planet is actually not all that good. If you remember, it's a size 25 planet, but it gives bonuses to researches, and it has kind of okay districts. Planetary features, nothing really important, just kind of your generic, adds more stuff. What we're actually looking for, in all honesty, is the pure size. We are going to try and fill this planet up with a whole bunch of people, and we're going to put on a whole bunch of science labs. That's the entire purpose of Rhizor Prime, at least for now. In the future we may change that, but that's kind of what we're looking at. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that I just remembered that policy or edict that we have is research subsidies. I forgot to have that active, so we could have had 10% research going this entire time for 200 influence. I just spent our influence to do it, so our research will go up here. Well, it just went up to 133 at the end of that last month. So, yay, more research. So this is fantastic. We just found the automated shipyard, which means if we have a construction ship come here and repair it, usually it means we get some free ships. Now, I do believe that this can backfire, and it is entirely possible that you get some hostile ships in there. Let's hope that's not the case. The moment we have a construction ship cleared up, which is this guy here, we're going to send him over here to work on that and try and get that going to see if we get some free ships. Actually, this guy might finish first, but either way, we're going to work on that very soon. And another good day for us. Our next tradition is available, which means we get to get our first Ascension perk. Now, this is a really long time to get our first Ascension perk. I think 14 years is probably one of the longest I've ever had, but here we go. Oh yeah, I suppose I should tell you what this is. So this will increase our research upkeep. For the people that are doing research jobs, will have their upkeep reduced by 20%. So that's pretty good. That should increase these hopefully a little bit here as the month ticks around. But now we can get our new Ascension perk. Now this is very interesting. Because this took us so long to get, I don't actually even want to get what I normally do. I normally do Interstellar Dominion first. If I can do a Discovery Rush and get my first Ascension perk, I normally take this because this allows us to get new systems very, 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 very quickly. But I'm not actually worried about that right now. Right now, we are currently almost at our Empire Sprawl cap, and I don't really want to go over, at least by too much right now. So I'm not really worried about collecting too many new territories. What I'm going to actually focus on here is Technological Ascendancy. This is my favorite one. This will boost all research by 10%, and rare technologies will show up more often. So, what's this? The probability conundrum. We have gotten a report of a science officer. It seems that a ceramic container is circling a star. Okay. Most peculiar. It should not be there, obviously. We can either investigate it, the improbable ceramics, or we don't have time's worth. Oh, not all questions are worth answering. 40 influence. Now, normally, I would really love to have that influence, but I always like these special projects, so we're going to go ahead and just go for that guy. You know, whenever your underlings tell you there's a problem that's temporary, you should probably look into it. So apparently, there's strong magnetic fields on Rhizor Prime, and it's causing problems. So we just got this awesome debuff for 60 months. negative happiness, and all research, which none of that matters. Literally none of it right now. Because if you take a look, we have no science being produced on this, so that doesn't matter. And our population don't deal with happiness because we are hive mind. So, okay, stupid things. And here we go. The special project for the automated shipyard is complete. Once we fix it, it constructed 3 more ships for us, raider ships, which are usually garbage, but they're free ships, so yay us. And then the space station broke down, so that's okay. But we got a free fleet of 209, which is honestly garbage. I was expecting it to be much higher than that, at least like 400 or 500. So that is kind of trash. Yeah, they're literally, well, that's actually not that bad. Tier 2 everything, Tier 2, Tier 3 weapons technically. So for us, that's actually pretty good. 3 ships, why not? I'll take it. We're going to go ahead and just move that back to our capital to combine with our normal fleet, and we'll call that a day. Alright, and we met the Commonwealth of Man. They are one of the groups that we could have investigated, but instead, they beat us to it naturally, and they were probably going to anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. So they are fanatical materialists, they are xenophobic, and they are, yeah. This is one of the groups I threw in. So this is a military dictatorship. It should look kind of familiar. Not saying it's anything in particular, but let's see where they are on the map. They are right down there. So these are some people we're probably going to have to watch out for a little bit. I don't think we're ever going to have good relations with them. The xenophobia and us being a hive mind will pretty much naturally make us always hate each other unless I put some serious effort into improving those relations, which I'm not going to anytime soon. And with that in mind, let's take a look and see how these guys are doing, see if they like us yet. They're at +2. There we go. We went from negative 60 odd something to +2, which is pretty good. That means hopefully they will not go out of their way to harm relations, and or we should always be friends, at least for now. The Nollians, we're actually beginning to lose a little bit of relation with them, primarily because we're no longer improving relations with them. That's where a lot of our bonus is coming from, if you can see that. But our trust is building up. If you see that, it's at +4 right now, which is our science agreement, and hopefully eventually that will offset our improved relations penalty that's kind of slowly leaking away, but for now, we're good. So this planet here is one we're going to colonize, and I've decided that I'm not going to do it with the kind of nuking it with the special colony ship. I'm going to do a normal one, and the reason for that is it's actually not that terrible of a planet. It's really small, but it's decent. Oh, here we go. New contacts. The Saline Empire. Cool. Okay, so they met us. This is one of the groups I threw in. This is going to be really cool. Okay, so the Saline Empire. They are militarist, they are xenophile, and they are authoritarian. Alright, so we're actually going to end it here.